Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, thank you for joining us once again. This is another episode of Graham and Butch React, or aka Dem Boys React. I'm your host, Graham.
And this is Butch. Only Butch today.
Alright, today we will be doing, as you can tell by what you see there, we'll be talking about Black Panther. Okay?
Yes.
Before we get started, hey, let me remind y'all want to support the channel, you can help us out on Patreon, patreon.com/RecklessTV or recklesstv.spreadshirt.com. We are on a push right now to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so make sure you hit that like button, you share, you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing something really nice for all of you.
Trust me.
All right, but here we go. We're going to get this thing started. Black Panther. Initial thoughts of the movie.
All right. When it comes to the Marvel movies, I do rank this as the top movie ever. Not because I'm black or whatever. I believe that the storyline was great. It had an underlying storyline that a lot of people did not really figure out. Personally, it was very deep, and I'm not sure if we want to go real deep into it. Do you mind?
I mean, we can do whatever.
Okay, all right. From the beginning of the movie, first of all, the storyline was great, but I noticed that if you when they went back to the point where they was talking, the uncle was killed, and he left the boy. And as you notice how the boy, what the white guy told him, said he grew up, was best in his class, went to, the Naval Academy.
Yeah, he went to, and then he became a Special Forces guy.
Special Forces, Ghost, all that. A lot of people probably overlooked that as just him being an angry guy just to get back at the Wakandans. I mean, the
Wakandans.
The Wakandans. But actually, how I seen it was more of, this was how America treated black kids. All right? And you have to look at it for as you beat the black father down, and now next thing you know, you have the upset children that is rebellion against the world. I'm going to burn this motherfucker down like what you have today. This is, if I don't know, did you hear before you, well, you went to see it.
I went to see it opening night.
Opening night.
Yeah.
And did you ever listen to the radio, the reactions to it or things online?
No.
Okay.
I've watched very few of the like the reviews online. Most of them were the non-spoiler reviews.
Right.
Then even after I went and saw the movie, I watched a couple videos on YouTube, just looking at explanations for questions I may have had.
Well, I heard a lot of things on the radio, and from what I took, there was an underlying political thing in it for as the way black fathers have been either killed
or non-existent
or put in bondage, and their kids have came back, and what you see today,
acted out, right?
Acted out.
Yeah.
So that was one aspect of it. That I seen.
I caught something a little bit different from the movie.
Okay.
I caught more of a vibe of political wise.
Okay.
Right? Besides the story itself. The story itself follows a long line of stories very similar. Hamlet. You know what I'm saying? It's still one of those stories. Right? It's the same story but told a different way. You know what I'm saying? But
what you mean the same story told a different way?
Okay, how many movies have you ever seen where it's you got the protagonist, which in this case would be T'Challa.
All right.
And then the antagonist, which is Killmonger.
Okay.
Right? You think that the hero's dead, the protagonist is dead, right? He loses the first battle. Right? Everybody thinks he's dead, he comes back and saves the day and wins. But the underlying political message that I saw with this, right, takes me back to the 60s.
All right.
Right? Think about it like this. T'Challa was Martin Luther King. Killmonger was Malcolm X. All right? T'Challa wanted to handle everything peacefully. Figured everything could be done civilly, diplomatically. Killmonger, Malcolm X, was by any means necessary. All right, get our rights, get what is owed to us by any means necessary.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that. You're right. It did take it back to the '60s. Although it was put back in the '90s when the uncle was killed. He got tired of seeing.
Yeah.
Now Oakland was back. A lot of people really don't know. Oakland was a scene where the Black Panthers basically had a base at one time.
Yeah, but if you look at the room that the scene happened in, right? Pay attention to the background stuff in the room. There was NWA poster.
Yeah, because it was set in the '90s, but like you said, back in the '60s, where the uncle was like, I'm tired of this. Let's do something. Let's help the oppressed people. But Black Panther's dad was more on
T'Chaka.
Like T'Chaka's dad was like, you know what? No, that has nothing to do with us, and we need to stay the way we are now.
Well, I sincerely disagree with them.
I'm going back to what you said before, as where you said Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
You had one person say, "Hey, let's go to war," and the daddy said, "No, we ain't got nothing to do with that." Now, so much as Martin Luther King was not saying we're not going to go against it, but it was the way that the uncle was like, "Hey, let's put some force. Let's teach these oppressors to help the people that got a boot on their neck."
Yeah, and that's why he had helped the bad guy, the Sonic dude. Damn, name called.
I
lost it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. The one-armed guy.
The one-armed guy. That's why he helped him into stealing the vibranium in the first place.
Right, because they were trying to get weapons to help the oppressed.
Yes, but if you pay attention in that movie, a statement is made by Ross, the other guy, the CIA guy.
Right.
A statement is made by him talking about, I thought that you said all of the vibranium was stolen. But at the end of the day, the piece that the bit that was stolen to begin with back in the 90s,
right,
that was a small, minute percentage of the amount of vibranium that they held. T'Chaka just figured, okay, we can tell them that everything was stolen, and now we can keep all this stuff. I mean, one of the things that T'Chaka was worried about was everyone getting their hands on it. Because vibranium, as we've seen in Marvel movies, Captain America's shield is made out of it. Okay? Tony Stark has a huge supply that he's making crap out of. Right? But it's all used for what?
War weapon. But I don't think that he was worried so much about them getting the vibranium. And the reason why is that
it's what they'll do with it.
Well, what they'll do with it. But see, here's the thing: if they only had 20%, that's what they say. They believed then that we're not going to involve ourselves in the world's matters. So, but their technology was so high. I don't think that anything in the world could have dealt with what they had, so they could have warded off any oncomers trying to steal.
But what happened in the movie is the same thing that happens everywhere else. You can any group or entity that's attempting to avoid it, right? Avoid the conflict, stay out of it. At some point, they're going to be left with no choice.
You say they would have not been, if they was to help them out, you said they would have had no choice but to use the vibranium as a weapon?
No, like how the movie itself went. They Wakanda tried to stay out of it, right? Tried to remain to themselves. Tried to hide it, hoard it, do all this other stuff. But eventually the fight came to them. All this trying and working that they did to keep themselves out of it, they ended up being brought into it anyway.
Well, they got brought into it because of
it doesn't matter how.
Okay,
it always happens.
It always happened with True Indeed, but they have the option to stay out of it. Now, I do say this, as you've seen at the end of the credits,
the mid-credit scene.
Mid-credit scene, that they decided they would help the world out, and before the movie was over, they said they were going into the Oakland, the ghetto, to come up with classes or projects to help the youth.
Yes.
But they are the people that's in control of it. Now, the way the Marvel thing set up, Tony Stark is the highest weaponized guy.
I think that this movie has put out there, or made, now that Wakanda is opening up their borders, right? Between Shuri, who's the sister,
Okay.
T'Challa's sister.
No, I gotta stop. They never said they will open up their borders. No. They said they're gonna open up
their borders and their knowledge with the world.
They said they will. They didn't too much say they will. They just said that they will help.
Yes, but look, Shuri, T'Challa's sister.
Right.
I guarantee you, she's a smarter. She's got a better mind than Tony Stark and Bruce Banner put together.
Okay.
She is a genius.
I agree with that.
A technological genius. Right. So is Tony Stark. So is Bruce Banner.
Okay. Right? Which is, we do know Bruce Banner is
Hulk.
Yes, I know, but you do know if you watch, was it Thor Ragnarok? He is stuck over there. He's still stuck in the land, right?
No.
Oh, he's out.
No, you didn't see the end.
I did not see the end.
I don't know, for some reason you did not see the end of the movie.
I missed the end. I missed the end at the movies. I missed the end when I seen it on
the others.
Yes.
Okay. Now, question for you though.
Mm-hmm.
Based upon the statement that was made in the mid-credit scene,
okay, with
T'Challa saying that he was going to open up to the rest of the world, and that funny comment was made, what is a bunch of farmers gonna be able to teach us, and they just couldn't help but smile.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What do you think that Wakanda opening up its resources, his medical technology, because hell, Ross got cured overnight from a gunshot wound to the spine.
Yes.
All right? What do you think that Wakanda opening up is going to do for the rest of the Marvel Universe?
Personally, it will help for as medical wise. So you probably see if they spin it this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really was into the comics back in the 80s when it was coming out in the 90s. The most they can do, and we're talking about a group of people who has held on to all the technology that they possess.
Mm-hmm.
That was way more advanced in the world.
Yes.
But with that being said, they have more knowledge and more wisdom about it.
Mm-hmm.
I do not think they will offer up no more than medical to no more than medical. For as weapon wise,
mm-hmm.
now we do understand that what is his name? The big purple guy that looked like Thanos is coming, and I believe.
Well, according to the preview for Infinity War Part 1, there's a huge battle that takes place in Wakanda against one of Thanos' armies.
Okay, now I do think that their technology will come in place of that, but before it's helping the world, they will have enough sense not to give the world the weapons.
Well, if they open up the vibranium, the weapons are going to come.
I don't think they will open up the vibranium.
You don't think so?
No.
They're going to need to, because that's what everybody's going to want. The vibranium is the key to all of the technological advancements.
That is true, but at the same time, they have enough weapons to help the world out already made. So why would you have to open up the vibranium?
Good point.
Because if you give it to the wrong person, it becomes a weapon to rule the world. And now you're looking at it.
But you already have a group in place that can prevent that from happening.
What group in place?
The Avengers.
Okay, you've seen what happened with that. You have Tony Stark, who is a weapon man, and you have to understand that people already have limited resources on type of metals and guns, but you're not resources to make what they come up in their head.
Mm-hmm.
So if they go ahead and I believe they will not allow the vibranium to get through. I don't even think they will even allow them in Wakanda, personally.
They're gonna need to.
On the outskirts, yes.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of that, all right, let's move on to the next portion of this. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go through. We're gonna look at some characters, right? And we're gonna give our thoughts on these characters, what we liked about them and such in the movie. There is one. The one I actually want to do first, I do not have a photo of, so we're just gonna talk about him.
Okay.
Without the picture.
We're not gonna. Did you want to? We'll talk about. Did you want to go into the technology?
Yeah, go ahead and speak about the technology for a second.
The technology of Wakanda, for as the things they possess. I mean, which is we already know they possess. I'm talking about for as the technology made with the movie. I'm talking about the CGI effects or anything like that. Did you want to go
actually
that now?
we're going to talk about that towards the end because
great. All right,
that's the whole thing I didn't like. Now, the first one.
I gotta ask you this: Killmonger. Is he dead?
No, I don't think Killmonger is dead. And the reason I do not think that he's dead is because he did consume the heart-shaped herb when he became the king for that short period of time.
Mm.
So, I believe that he's still gonna have the powers. Yes, he may have died on screen, but this is Marvel. Nobody stays dead forever.
All right. Could you answer this? What is your moments in the movie that you felt that you were so surprised you wanted to stand up?
So surprised I wanted to stand?
I mean, it was like you just wanted to jump up and say, "Hell yeah!"
Well, number one had to be when I saw T'Challa in the ice or in the snow.
I agree with you on that. Was that your first?
When I found out, no, that wasn't my first. The first moment of the movie that made me want to stand up, very first fight sequence. That's not the first fight sequence. It was the sequence where T'Challa was about to become officially crowned as king.
And M'Baku. Say it again.
M'Baku.
Okay, I gotta make sure I get it right.
When M'Baku stepped to him, and before M'Baku could finish challenging him, he just said, "I accept." And I'm like, I accept your challenge. I was like, fuck yeah.
Right there.
Go ahead and whoop his ass, dog.
Mine was, of course, when he looked like he was going to get his ass whooped by M'Baku. Mm-hmm. And he wound up putting him in the triangle. I know a lot of you all do not know about the triangle, but if you ask...
you like the you like submission move.
The submission move, if you watch MMA, that was a submission move. That was the first one. The second one, of course, when he was found in ice.
Yeah.
But I must digress a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I talked to you about this earlier, about when he was fighting his cousin. Yes. When he was fighting him, and he threw him off of the cliff. I thought that was one of the greatest pieces of writing, because if you was not familiar with the comic, you would never thought he was coming back. Well, of course, you knew he was coming back because you know the movie, but you couldn't. I don't think no one knew how he was going to be able to come back.
Yes, that's true. All right, now okay. Before we get to the things too, I think we both agree on this one because we both mentioned it earlier. The greatest line from the entire movie was only 2 words. Hey, auntie.
That was the best line. Now
that was placed so well that it was comedic and serious at the same damn time.
And what was good about it, now, I don't know about you. Well, I do know. You went to a black theater.
Yes.
To watch it.
I went to
I can imagine everyone bust out laughing on that.
Yes.
But I went to a mixed theater. You know what I mean by mixing? I'm not talking just about black and white. I'm talking about black,
Everybody
white, Asian, East Indian. You know,
yeah.
I'm talking about everyone was in there. And when that line came in, the whole theater erupted with laughter.
Yeah.
That was one of the best lines I think will last. Now my other one.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
My other one was when, and you're gonna see this. I'm pretty sure you're gonna start seeing this on your social media sites. When, because every black crew got a white boy that hangs with him.
Yeah.
And every time he tries to talk, they're gonna go. That there, it was hilarious. Now,
no, the reason that he did that, he did. Oh, that one was good.
Oh,
my son just pointed that out.
Yes, that was a good one.
Shuri pointed at his sandals.
What was it? He was about to get crowned.
No, he was pointing at his sandals.
Right, he had. Was he about to get crowned? Yeah.
No, she was showing him the new suits.
Yes, but it was the time he was about to get crowned, or he got crowned.
It was as soon as he came back to the city.
Right, so he said, "I'm going old school," and the elders were like it. She said, "What are those?" Yeah. That was classic. Yes,
just keeping us up with the time. Now, characters. Okay. 99% of the characters I was cool with. Okay. I think there were 100 characters, so 99 of them I was cool with. There was one character in the movie that I could not get into.
Wow.
I even did not feel sorrow when he died. And I hate to say this because I love this man as an actor. Forrest Whitaker's character. I could have gone without him.
Personally, I feel that they could have put
a better person in that place.
I don't think.
Think about the character, right?
Right.
Think about all you remember about him. If that was Morgan Freeman.
Personally, they could have put any old guy in there. I'm going to tell you why.
Forrest Whitaker didn't work.
Let me tell you why. He had really no significant part in the movie.
Actually, he did, and that's the problem.
No, did this. His character
had a significant part.
But it was so minute that you did not need a Forrest Whitaker to play that part.
Okay. I think, yeah, you're right about that one. Okay. Now let's move on. I have the pictures for these ones. All right, so we're going to go to the first one here. T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman. I'm going to start on this one.
Are we talking about each character?
Yeah, we're talking about each character and certain scenes with him. But Chadwick Boseman, they could not have picked a better individual to play this part. I actually went and thought about this because there was an actor who was actually in talks and there was scripts and everything to do the Black Panther back in the 90s. I'm glad that they waited.
In the 90s,
I'm glad that they found him. It was going to be Wesley
Snipes, yeah.
Yes, instead of Blade, Wesley Snipes was supposed to do Black Panther.
Correct.
Wesley Snipes would not have given us this performance.
No. For as keeping, you know what? Being at T'Challa's age, I agree with you. I think that if they would have got him at a younger age, this actor, I think Idris Elba or even younger would have been Denzel Washington probably would have been the next best.
Okay.
Because of their capabilities to keep the language, the way you talk. I think they would have been those would have been great.
Funny movie secret to this one. You know they had the older T'Challa we didn't see in the movie. Right? The father, T'Challa's dad.
You did see him.
No, okay, yeah, we did see him in in the
No,
scene.
you see them.
No, you saw the older version. You saw when he did the dream sequence.
No, and you seen him when he killed.
No, that was the younger one.
Okay.
But funny thing is that the actor who played the young T'Chaka, right?
Not you mean the Black Panther's father?
Yeah, the Black Panther's father.
Right.
The actor who played the younger version that killed his brother.
Right.
Right. Was the actor who played the older version's actual son.
Oh, ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
Wow. Now I must say this. I'm sorry. A lot of people. I talked to my girlfriend about this. Chadwick. What's his name?
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman. I give it to him. He could water those eyes up.
Okay. Butch mentioned this to me as soon as he walked out the fucking movie.
Crying son of a bitch in that movie. I mean, every time you turn around, his eyes was welling up with water.
He showed great emotion.
Oh, come on, man. God damn, not all the time you have to cry over shit.
It was emotional shit that he was tearing up. He never went into all-out bawling.
He didn't, but come on now. I mean, it made the man goddamn kind of sensitive. But I guess that's what we men are doing these years, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, moving on. All right, we're still sticking with T'Challa, but when him and Shuri went to go look at those suits, right? There was the one there was the silver, and there was the gold one. He picked the silver one. Turns out Killmonger apparently picked the gold one.
Okay.
All right, and you notice that the style was different, and something about the suits that I didn't pick up on right away, right? Each one of the suits, like as we see here in this picture, that's the one with the silver,
correct.
Right? But on it, the mouth is there's no mouth on it, right? It's more of a quiet thing. But the one that was gold, the one that became the gold Jaguar,
right? Why you let somebody?
Yeah,
cool
I'm letting the
that.
cat out the
Let
bag.
that out.
But the cat, got it. But that one was an open mouth. And think about the characters, T'Challa and Killmonger. T'Challa's more of the silent leader.
Wow.
He's got the costume without a mouth. But then Killmonger's outspoken and angry. The mouth on that is wide open like it's attacking.
I never really looked at that. Now, I must...
And even the costumes, the gold one was more of an offensive costume. The silver one was meant for defense. You shoot it, it stores the kinetic energy.
Yeah, that is true. I noticed that the one was more for the man who had his mouth. I'm like, I really didn't look at that part in there. And
there's a whole bunch of subtle things in these movies.
And which is, I got, personally...
we got to go watch the movie again and again.
I don't have time. That's what I said. I didn't have the money. And we stay in Atlanta, Georgia. So...
everything is sold
Today
out.
is Thursday, February 21st?
February 22nd.
Yeah, 22nd. And Black Panther is still
sold
pretty
out
much sold out
up until next weekend.
On all our neighborhood theaters. So we
for
really
every day of the
won't
week,
get a
all
chance to
showings.
look at it again. But yes, you're right. I missed that second one.
All right, moving on. We got Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
A.K.A. Nakia.
Right.
One of the beautifully gorgeous.
Let me stop you right there.
Yet deadly.
She is a model.
Yet deadly.
My hat goes off to her. She did one hell of a job in this movie.
Yes.
Hell of a job. Kept character. She was very. She was very, very, very convincing in her acting,
yes.
And hats off to her.
The thing is, I believe she is from...
She's from Africa, yes.
She's from Nigeria, I believe.
Uh-huh.
But her and every other woman in this film played their part brilliantly. They all embodied beautifully dangerous women.
I agree. Now, here's the thing.
Except for Shuri, but she
was the brains.
The sister. She's the brains, but she, I believe, is just as those gauntlets that she had, those panther fists.
What gets me about this, okay, we're living in 2018, all right?
Yes.
And I think towards the end of 2000, and in 2017, but towards the end of 2000, oh shit, what's it? I'm sorry, you all. I have my things.
You can't see.
Okay. Towards the end of 2017, there was a big women's movement going on, and it's amazing that they put this in a movie that has been made since, believe it or not, people, probably about 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
You know, and here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. If you notice that the Black Panther's guards were what? Women. Yeah. And being that they are women,
the Dora Milaje.
They took that from Gaddafi. Muammar, whatever.
No, not just Gaddafi, but that's actually been a thing in many cultures. Because they believe that men can be tempted with women and money and other things, but women are less likely to be tempted, and women can be just as tough and violent and what's the word I'm looking for here? And
tenacious and
loyal.
Well, actually, a woman, believe it or not, it has been shown that women are pretty much, except in, I guess, in marriage sometimes, but most of the time women are very more loyal than men. Men can be tempted by basically women.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Besides money, I believe.
But I believe that women. When a woman gives their loyalty to something, right?
Okay.
A woman is more likely, or a woman is less likely to divert from that. Right? A man can more easily be persuaded to.
A man is easily persuaded by things of the eye. What I mean by that, shiny trinkets, money,
shiny trinkets,
and pussy.
Pussy.
But a woman.
That's no name for cat. Black Panther. Got it.
Damn it, I was about to say you fuck me up. I believe, like Gaddafi had his women, and I believe a woman. The only way they break code is through when you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So
on to the next one. We have Daniel. What's his name? Daniel Kaluuya.
You don't know who he is, do you?
He played in Wakabi.
Okay. He played in the movie, and I guarantee you a lot of you guys don't. He's like, I know this actor. He played in Get Out.
Yes.
He played in Get Out.
Now, based upon what we were just saying, right? About loyalty. Wakabi was right there with T'Challa.
Correct.
Up until Killmonger showed up and he found his opportunity to be a disloyal bitch made.
Wait. That's where you're wrong. He is not. And again, he was loyal to Wakanda.
No, he was loyal.
He did not have to be loyal to.
He's the one that brought Killmonger to T'Challa.
Because Killmonger came in. He had the same views that Killmonger had. He decided that he wanted to go a different route. And he went with Killmonger. Was he disloyal?
That was disloyal. He went against the king.
Are you loyal just like the head of security for T'Challa?
Yeah,
she was loyal to
she's loyal to the kingdom.
The king. Who's ever king. Just like the president. If you are a soldier, you are loyal to whoever is in charge.
But when Killmonger showed up, T'Challa was still in charge.
Right.
W'Kabi sided with Killmonger.
After?
Before.
No.
He's the one that brought Killmonger into the house.
Yes. Why did he do it?
Because he brought him a dead body of Claw.
Okay, but at the same time,
and he did it because the seeds were sown when T'Challa went and did not come back with Claw because Killmonger saved Claw.
And again, T'Challa brought on that disloyalty because he did not tell him what he had figured out. When he seen that ring around that man's neck, he should have went to him.
No, the promise that was made from T'Challa to W'Kabi was that I will bring you Claw.
Yes, and he should have came to him and said, look, the reason I didn't bring you Claw was because a man who wore a ring that was from Wakanda, that I never seen, that prevented that. Oh, let's find out. Now this man shows up. Who the fuck are you? You got that same ring on that my buddy was talking about. But now, just like you and I, if I make a promise to you and I do not fulfill that promise, I let you go off thinking, oh, this motherfucker weak, or do I give you the full story? He did not give
T'Challa did mess up by not, but as a leader, yes, it would have helped if he had given him the whole story. But he did that. He's not obligated to give him the whole story.
So you're not obligated to give shit, but then you take the consequences that come to you for not giving the whole story.
Point taken.
Next.
All right, moving on. Show another great picture from the movie here. We got T'Challa with his girl Nakia, and then Miss Okoye, Miss Denai Guerrero.
I was
from
told
The Walking Dead. That's the chick from The Walking Dead. That is one of my shows. But we're gonna use Denai Okoye character right here, and we're gonna talk about the Dora Milaje, the deadliest group of women I think in the history of existence.
That was
the King's Guard,
what you call the Amazon women that were considered from
basically
Wonder Woman's group.
Yes, basically.
So I mean,
what do you think? What are your thoughts on the Dora Milaje as a group?
Again, I do believe this right here. A woman is pretty much more loyal to a man than a man could be loyal to that. But other than that,
I'm talking about how they were in the movie and how much ass these women kicked.
Well, technically, when they got to fight with which is wound up being her husband.
No, hold on. What about even before that? When they was in Korea.
And when it was in Korea,
and it was just Okoye.
Now she kicked
ass. It was Okoye. She had the wig on.
Yeah, she kicked ass, but she was the only one. So you can't tell me what the fuck they did because they got their ass.
But she was the general of them.
Yeah, but the rest of them got their ass kicked by their own people.
Man, fuck all that. They fought.
They got their ass.
They did not get their ass handed to them. They were all still standing.
No, the fuck they wasn't. The motherfuckers.
They were just trapped behind the shield.
They started kicking ass, and next thing you know, they called in the goddamn rhinos and they killed all that shit.
All right, anyhow. Now we're gonna talk about we got to talk about it. That scene right there.
Best scene.
Killmonger versus T'Challa. One.
I knew T'Challa was gonna get his ass kicked.
Well, it's storyline purposes. That's what it is.
Well, it's not for as much as storyline purposes. I knew he was gonna get his ass kicked for the simple fact that what's his name? Killmonger was a Navy SEAL. He was trained in the art of combat. With that being said, I don't think that the Black Panther had as much training as he did.
Yes, he did. Well, he may not have had the same training, but the T'Challa had been training ever since he was a child in order to be the warrior protector of Wakanda.
And that boy there went through all the training.
He went through government's training.
And government training. is a lot more ruthless than you training as a king, as far as you're going in there to do things, because I guarantee T'Challa was trained for mercy, to show mercy and his skills. He was not.
No, that's more of a the showing mercy thing was more of a personal thing. But one of the things I want to say about Killmonger, right? The monologue he had before this fight.
Okay.
Now I'm paraphrasing here because I do not remember it verbatim, but it's I've killed this person, I've killed that person, I've killed in Iraq, I've killed in Afghanistan, I've killed everywhere, I've killed my own people in order to kill you.
And for that being said, he was more ruthless than you could ever imagine with the hate that he had. Psychologically, he had him beat from day one. Next.
No, I mean, I just got this up while we're talking about him, because Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, in this movie, he has solidified not only Fruitvale Station, Creed, and now Eric Killmonger.
I'm glad you said that. Personally, in this movie, I wish I could have seen more of him. If they could spin off on him, I'm going to tell you why. I think I rate him up there with the amount of anger he had, as ruthless as the Joker. You remember when?
Yes.
When he had
great comparison.
When he had the man with the arm,
Claw.
Claw had his girl in the chokehold with the gun on her.
Yeah.
I don't think
he killed the girl.
He said, "I'm sorry, baby." Bam. Shot her. Nobody thought that was going to happen.
No, but that showed his ruthlessness.
But also, when he burned the flowers and they went to the cross, he said this is what he was taught. I mean, he was systematic. He was a book of,
and that has to do with one, his thirst for vengeance for the death of his father, as well as the environment in which he grew up. And once you found out, let's just say this, you grew up. Let's just say you grew up over in the SWATs, right?
Depending on what area.
You grew up in the SWATs.
Okay.
Right? You grew up Bankhead.
Bankhead.
Over in Bowen Homes.
Where T.I. talks about.
Yeah, let's say you grew up in Bowen Homes.
Okay.
Right? But you go find out that you've got a rich uncle, right? From Buckhead, who
knew about me,
who knew about you, knew the struggles that you were going through, but refused to help you.
I'm glad you said that. Personally, and I feel when it came to the movie, my feelings on what he went through, he had to take, and it's not right, but he took the sins of the father.
Well, what was the phrase? The sins of the father
falls on the
son.
son.
Falls on the son.
His anger was understood, but his situation was his dad's fault.
100% his dad's fault.
So
no, his uncle's fault. The situation that he was actually no.
His dad's fault.
His uncle killed his father because his father was disloyal to the crown.
But his father didn't go.
No, his father.
The fact that
his father gave up the secrets of Wakanda to an outsider.
He did not give the secrets up to Wakanda. He sold their material to
Claw
to help the people that he was around. Was he doing the right thing? Maybe so.
In his mind, he was.
But that wasn't the mission, and he broke protocol.
Okay.
So, with that being said, not only did he break protocol out of his rage because he was duped, he wanted to kill Forrest Whitaker, and his brother killed him.
Correct.
Next.
All right, moving on. We're gonna hit the two characters. As my wife said, I'm putting this one on my wife with the racist comment. But the token white guys. Hey, every white movie has token black guys. These were more than just token white guys. They actually served a great purpose.
Well, Cross was not a token white guy.
No, but one of the biggest arguments that I've heard was the fact that they treated what's his name, Martin Freeman, Everett Ross. They said that they made him seem like a stupid white guy. Tommy actually called me and thought that until I explained to him, no. Martin Freeman, Everett Ross, was not stupid. Imagine your whole world just got flipped upside down and you in a place with some of the most astounding shit that you have ever seen in your life.
Correct.
Now, you are astounded. You at a loss for words. You seem dumb, right? Because you just.
But all you know that Wakanda was a bunch of farmers and hut livers.
Yeah, but then you go and pull up in this area and you see technology that's far surpassed. It's like you grew up in the 1920s and see an iMac.
Or better yet, that guy who told him during interrogate and when he was talking to him, he told him everything. And he was like, "Oh, that's a bunch of bullshit."
Claude told him that Wakanda has this, that, and the third, and Ross is like, "No, they got spears and."
But at the same time, how else could you expect him to react in a movie?
Yeah, he's never seen this stuff.
So yes,
he actually played that role quite well.
Yes.
And he was one of the saviors in the movie. If it was not for Ross, that vibranium that Killmonger had put on the ships to fly out of there and be sent around the world.
That would have, especially the last one. He stayed there in the face.
He stayed there in the face of danger.
Right.
To save a place that he barely even knew.
So I give it to him. He did a great thing.
Now, Ulysses Claw.
He did his job. He was.
I'm surprised that he was killed. I'm actually, because in comic book wise, he lasts a while.
Yeah, but I mean.
But they killed him real quick, and I would have loved to dive more into. I mean, this isn't his first movie. He was actually in. He was in the what? Iron Man 3.
Yes.
He's the one. His arm got cut off because of Ultron.
Yes.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. But Ultron's the one that cut off his arm out of anger.
I forgot about that one. I think. Well, I'll tell you about that in a minute.
But so his arm got put back together because of the vibranium. And whoever put his arm back together, I forgot who it was in the comic books. But he should, in my opinion, he should have lasted quite a bit longer. Oh, moving on to the next one. We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. And we're going to help Stella get that groove back.
Yes.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
The mama of the king.
I think she played a wonderful part in this.
The wardrobe choices they had for her were great.
Now, I must say this. I was shocked when they took her hat off. Because, she had a headdress on the whole movie and towards the end.
When you saw the braids.
The braids, yes. I did like that. Acting-wise, again, she was more like Forrest Whitaker.
She was not needed, but...
Not needed.
But the difference between her and Forrest Whitaker, in my opinion, was that Forrest Whitaker was not needed and we could have done without.
Correct.
But Angela Bassett was not needed, but
you did have to have black actor.
Her name was Ramonda.
But you had to have a powerful black actor.
Yes. You had to have that one. Couldn't have just been put anybody. It had to be in that role. You either would have had to have, listen to me here, right? As the mother and doing what she did, okay?
Okay.
Angela Bassett, great choice.
Okay.
All right. You could have also had Jada.
No.
Yeah.
Jada. No.
You couldn't.
No.
No. Okay. Oprah.
Okay. I think I'll go with that.
Cicely Tyson.
Hell no. She could have been that old lady who was over there.
She was too old?
She could have been the old lady.
Okay, they say Cicely Tyson is too old.
We could have had the lady who was from
Whoopi.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Whoopi.
Yes, you could have had her.
And then, yeah, you're right, the How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder. I do say you, just because of the type of movie it was, you did need a powerful figure as the mother.
Because yeah, that's the mother of the king, but this is not just any old king. Right. This is like the top dog. So whoever his mother is,
although she had a small speaking piece,
yes. But if it was not for her, like her role in coming to the decision to take M'Baku, the heart-shaped herb,
that was not her decision.
That was her and her daughter's decision.
That was to go see M'Baku was the girlfriend's decision.
Oh, Nakia.
Yes.
But she had to be the one to actually talk to him.
Yeah, she offered him.
She had to go grovel to an enemy, if you will. All right, moving on. And we're going to talk about him. We done brought his name up. M'Baku.
To me, I think, which is, personally I feel, was the best, one of the best scenes in the movie, fight scene, as well as...
What, the initial fight scene?
The initial fight scene, and as well as when they went to him. That scene was the most comedic scene.
Oh, the scene. M'Baku, will you help us save the kingdom? No.
You know what I'm saying? That was, I really ain't got much to say because it was one of the best scenes in the movie. And that will be used in social media.
Look at that. That man just looks like a king.
That I'm not surprised if they don't put him in more stuff.
Now I'm actually there was a tear here in opinions. Because M'Baku, yes, they called him by his name, right? But in the comic books, you know what he was called?
No.
Man-ape.
Yes.
But they did, and I think they wisely did it. They didn't call him Man-ape in the movie because, yeah, that's kind of somewhat of a derogatory term.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree. But to me, that was the best. One of the best scenes in a movie with him and his people.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay. Now we've gone through the characters. We've talked about what we liked.
Okay.
I want to know because, hey, look, we praise this movie. This movie has earned praise, not just because it's a black film with a black director, black producer, big budget Marvel film. But this film has earned praise because it is a great film.
And storyline.
Yeah, from start to finish. Storyline, film, casting choices. This movie has earned every award that it will get in the future.
I agree.
Now, but nothing is perfect. All right? And I don't want you to think just because Butch and I have this tone of our skin that we're going to sit here and just praise it. We did find things that we did not like about the movie. I'm going to let you go ahead and start. To explain to the audience what you may or may not have been feeling.
One, I did not like the initial fight when they were falling down between Killmonger and T'Challa. They had on their both outfits. It was all CGI.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I believe that was terrible CGI. I did not like it.
I had an issue with CGI as well.
I didn't like. Let me go back a little bit. I did not like I didn't like when the movie went off, and you know Marvel usually has the little segments after the credits. I did not like the part that they put in there with him talking to the United Nations.
You would have much rather that.
I think that should have been in the movie because that was so important. What else? I did not like this, but it's understood, and I didn't tell you about this. I did not care for the fact that they burnt all the flowers.
Oh, the Killmonger had the flowers burnt?
Correct. I did not care too much for that, for the simple fact, how are they going to rewrite if goes through, because I don't know too much
about it's, I want you to remember something. It's a plant. Even though the field got burned down, it's something that grows naturally. It's not something that they brought there and planted. It's something that grew because of the meteor that landed in the mountain in Wakanda.
All right.
So it'll grow. It may take a couple years, but there will be more.
All right. Other than that, other than Chadwick Boseman being an old sniveling bitch with his sensitive ass crying on every fucking scene.
You is just an asshole.
Other than that, I will say those were the only parts that I did not like.
All right. For me, I had CGI issues as well. Not only with the fight just before the train tracks between T'Challa and Killmonger.
Right.
I thought that the CGI that, like when they were falling and such.
You brought that up. And here's the part that I don't understand how you didn't like it, for the simple fact there was no CGI between the two other than him throwing them down.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed if they had spent a little bit more money on the budget for it or taken a little bit more time working on it, it would have been more crisp. It didn't seem crisp to me.
I had no issue with that. But
also, my other CGI issue was, well, I had two more. The second one is the initial fight sequence between M'Baku and T'Challa. The background CGI.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Of the waterfall and such, that stuff could have been done better. Now, to me, this seems like a budgeting thing, right? Or a time crunch thing. But then also the CGI with the rhinos. That seemed cartoony to me.
Yes, I agree. Matter of fact, I forgot about this too. When you speak on the rhino, when he got knocked off, the Black Panther was down there. They knocked them back.
Yeah.
They went into it with the rhino. I had an issue with that. I have seen better CGI in earlier years, i.e., Shrek.
No, not Shrek.
I'm talking about, it's cartoon. It's all CGI, man, but it's cartoon.
Avatar.
Okay, Avatar. Avatar showed better CGI.
And it was done years ago.
So, but even with Shrek, all that CGI is cartoon. It's really a cartoon. But I mean, it was, they could have done better in those areas. I don't think it was time crunch. You know what?
I think it was a financial crunch.
I think it was a financial thing for the simple fact that the actual, like when they were showing them doing the simulated car and things like that, it took so much of the budget they dumbed it down a little bit.
Yeah. Also, I felt like some of the plot points and some of the scenes were forcing emotions onto us.
I.e.,
like unnecessarily, like trying to force emotion. Like, it's like you're trying to force me to be sad, but if you did it a different way, I would automatically feel sad. But don't force it on me.
The only way they put sad on you is when they put the camera straight into T'Challa's face when he's welling up. Yes, they're the only one.
And I mean that may be it, but I felt like some of the emotional scenes were kind of forced. And then of course Forrest Whitaker's character I could have just done entirely without.
I totally agree with that. Now, what do you think? Of course, they are going to use a comic to go forward. Are they going to go to the next comic, which is they have the next?
No. The next thing that's going to happen is they're going to reincorporate Wakanda and the Black Panther into the Infinity War, and then eventually there will be a Black Panther 2.
Of course.
But we're following the scenes here. Like the whole Black Panther movie itself was, I want to say, no more than a week or two after Captain America: Civil War in the timeline.
No.
Yes.
It was not a week.
Because T'Chaka just died.
The Civil War.
Captain America: Civil War.
Captain America: Civil War. Then his father died.
During the movie.
But
the beginning of the movie,
right,
of Black Panther, was him going home.
No, he was going to go get that girl. So that right there was right after they had the fight on the tarmac.
Yes, it's right. It's literally
so
right.
So it's really a day old.
No more than a week.
Yes, not a week, a day.
No, travel time. It's going to be a couple days.
Maybe, no, I say it's a day. Because of religious purposes.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been no time between Civil War and that.
You're right.
But hey, dang, this been a long review with that. We done already been over and out.
This movie, and this was yesterday. I looked online.
I looked at it last week.
I think I know it said 401. I think it was 401 or $404 million.
Yeah. This movie will hit $1 billion.
This movie here. Now,
and it's earned every penny.
I'm gonna throw some dirty laundry on the field, right? Most of us, we wait till we can find it on some other stream.
On the internet. But what I will give to our community is that with this movie we did not do what we do a lot of times.
Correct.
We actually when I look at the box office, I say to myself, there's only a couple movies per year that I'm like, I'm going to the movies to watch that. Because I'm going to give them my money.
I have a technical guy who turns me on to all the movies that I can find in other areas to look at. I'm not going to tell you how I look at it or whatever.
Yeah.
But my technical guy puts me on. And I'm going to tell you, he told me, my own technical guy said, look here, this is a movie that you need to go spend your money on. Now, I did not go put on the African attire because to me it's just silly. Yeah, I don't even care for about 95% of African attire. I think it's quite clownish. And the fuck how you feel about it. But either way I go, that was a great movie. And I will be going to see the movie again.
So will I. Now, 1 to 10, and you can use decimal points here. 1 to 10, what do you give the movie?
1 to 10, I give the movie a 9. And the reason why I give it a 9, it had its comedic points. It had its action scenes here. Most of it was action. What I do take away was a couple scenes where the CGI was fucked up. Mm-hmm. It just left me, and which is this could be considered a 10, but the movie actually left me wanting for more.
That's always a good thing to have.
But it left me wanting for more with certain characters and certain scenes.
Now, the key to it is, if it's going to leave you wanting more, it's got to leave you satisfied but anxious to see what's going to happen.
And that is true, but at the same time, the reason I give it a 9, because if it was a 10, you don't need a sequel. It's over and done with.
All right. Now, me, I give that movie 8.5.
Oh, wow.
Sorry?
Oh, wow. And now I'm the hard ass.
I'm sorry.
Hear this.
I give the movie 8.5. some of the same issues that you had with it, I had. But the biggest thing to drop it down for me was the fact that the movie tried. I feel like at some points there were only a few of them, which is why it's still hot. But the whole thing I was saying about the movie trying to force emotions onto me, right? Instead of allowing them to come generically. That is my biggest issue with the movie. Let us know what you got. Let us know what you guys think in the comments section when this video goes live. Hey, and we will do our best to respond to the comments that you guys put in the comments section. Let us know what you think. Let us know another movie that you would like us to watch and do a review on. Hey, like we said at the beginning, you want to support the channel, patreon.com/RecklessTV, RecklessTV.Spreadshirt.com. Always like, comment, subscribe, help us out on our push to 1,000 subs. Is there anything you want to say to him?
Yeah, win if you can.
Lose if you must.
But always cheat.
And in the meantime,
and as always,
go fuck yourself.
See y'all next time. Hey, Sunday, we got a good show coming for y'all. You're going to love it. Hey, be there. Be square. Always in the green, baby.
Never in between.
I see y'all. I'm gone.